smiling to myself because I've just been having a preview in the joke book. I started laughing and T-Boy in training said, that's before we start, that's before we start. So we've got a packed afternoon for you today. So welcome everybody to Brew at 2, your weekly bit of ridiculously mad and silly entertainment, brought to you by none other than a cast of 3. Yeah, a cast of 3. 2.5, yeah, but I'm not quite sure who the half is. It could be T-Boy because he's not very communicative, or it could be T-Boy in training because he's not got very much upstairs. Take your pick, whichever way you want to think about it. So I have agenda. We have a new bat, as you may have seen by the little star on my thing. And I'm just rummaging in here for some pins to stick the new bat on the thing, and we might have got some toilet jokes for June in particular. So we're all ready to rock and roll. So I'm afraid today I haven't brought the sunshine with me. It's raining, which is kind of the first thing on the agenda for today. Did you get wet yesterday? Well, at 5 o'clock yesterday morning, I have my alarm on my iPad because quite often I'm that tired at the minute I could just sleep. So I did the alarm on my iPad and thought, no. And then I heard the rain, and I jest not, it sounded like a fireman's hose blasting on the windows. They're like an early warning system for rain, these, because they're obviously that shape. You get all the pitter patters before you've seen it on the window. I'm going to say it again. Do you know, I cleaned my glasses yesterday properly with some proper squirty stuff, and I've got a blob right in the middle of my line of sight. That's annoying, that. Anyway, back to the rain. So I sort of laid there and listened to it, and I thought, oh, there'll be some flooding with this. Anyway, I got up, carried on doing what you do, had my breakfast, started typing, and the first I knew was a friend of mine who lives just sort of down here put a post on our private messenger group and said, water everywhere, and a photograph of outside their house. And they were underwater. So all the surrounding, we're kind of on the front, which is on a bit of a ridge like that, and then all the land at the back of it sort of slopes down slightly. So everywhere from the seafront right down to, well, as far as you like, had all got varying levels of water yesterday morning. So some of them have got it inside, some of them have got it in garages, most of them have got it on the road, a few of them have got it in the gardens. So yes, we've done a thesis in rain this last 24 hours. But that's what you get. That's what you get when you live near the sea in a very low-lying area. It's a complicated and very long story. I'm not going to tell you all the story. So just on the way past, Matt's put an observation on. I have uploaded a video this morning of 20 good reasons why you should come on holiday to the Blackpool area. And you bats will know that I get altitude sickness if I go past sort of St Anne's. And going abroad is not high on my list of priorities. I'd much rather stop here. I'd rather stop here in the rain, to be honest. And Matt says, I loved your Blackpool video this morning. I totally agree with what you said about avoiding all the chaos at airports. In fact, we have cancelled our holiday to Spain. I don't blame you, Matt. I don't blame you, because with all the strikes and all the staff shortages and the fuel problems and all the rest of it, I just couldn't do with the stress, quite honestly. I just couldn't do with the stress. Adam says, have they put the Blackpool lights up yet? Well, it's kind of a rolling programme, the illuminations, Adam. you'll notice that some of them seem to stop in the same place, and they refresh and change the display every year, and they generally take them down by rotation, and I think they work on a sort of a 2 or 3 year cycle, so they have to take them down, check them over, maintain them, make sure that they're all safe and can stand all the wind loading and all that kind of stuff, do any repairs and refurbishments, etc. And then they put them back up, and usually put different ones in different places, put the new ones in sort of pole position, so that they've got the new features in the busiest spots. So that's what they're up to now. So they've started putting the tableaus back up, taking all them down, and taking them back to Lightworks up at Squires Gate. And that's the job. Anyway, Matt might have cancelled his holiday to Spain, but he's going on a Royal Caribbean cruise from Southampton down to Spain instead. Well, that's actually not a bad idea. I bet the cruises are doing quite well this year. Keith Swallow says he's having trouble getting the live chat to move, but thankfully Jane is coming through loud and clear. I wonder if that's anything to do with this new silly sky glass. That's another matter. If anybody gets any buffering or anything like that, then shout up, because we're still on with the sky glass thing. We're not thrilled. Scott says I should do a video on holiday parks around the FYLDE Coast to show people what's on offer instead of hotels and B&Bs. Well, yes, there is that, Scott. There is that, but unfortunately, I commented.
Affiliation.
Yes, I commented about that this morning. Number one, obviously we work with Stay Blackpool, and we support the independent hotel sector to try and get heads on beds, not bums on seats, into heads on beds. So if you want to book a holiday, you can look at our accommodation guide, and you can get the best rates straight from the hotels, rather than paying however much commission booking.com and the like charge. And the other thing as well is about caravan parks, that they don't have anything to do with anybody. So I've been involved in the business community on the FYLDE Coast all the time I've ever been here. So I know all the sort of main people, etc. So people like Merlin, who operate the tower, Sandcastle, Piers, Viva, Pleasure Beach, all that kind of stuff. Everybody works together and kind of comes to the same things, and you can send an email and say, do you know the answer to this, and can I borrow that, and all the rest of it. Can I have a cup of sugar? But we never see anybody from any of the holiday parks. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen anybody from any of the holiday parks in all the meetings and events and things that I've been to, which is odd. So there you go. Hi to Bobby from the RNLI. I walked in I think I told you, didn't I? I walked into the RNLI in Blackpool, and I went, I was just going to tell him I'm Jane and I'm doing a vlog and can I come in? And he said, I watch you. So hi, Bobby. And I noticed you're doing a volunteer recruitment thing soon. I've got the date for it, so I'll share that for you as well. If you want to volunteer at Blackpool RNLI, fill your boots. They're wanting people in the shop. Yes, going back to caravan parks and money, Aldo says when you've got Pat's Bingo for 10p, you don't need much else. There is a big list of things to do for cheap or free on Visit FYLDE Coast, because Blackpool's always been an expensive place. It's been expensive since I was a wee nipper. Has it not, T-Boy?
It has.
It has. So I thought it might be useful if we were to look for and find and list some places and things to do that are cheap, because we're all going to be feeling the pinch. So yes, Pat's Bingo for 10p. Adam says, can I do a history vlog about Blackpool? Yes, that's not a bad idea. That I've done Blackpool in bits and bobs.
That's a good idea.
But that's a good idea, that Adam. In fact, I'll write that down. I'll write that down because
Mother.
I'll forget. History vlog for Adam. I might have to think about that though, because I think it might be a bit more doneable. And James Craig says, can I have a shout out for my granddaughter's birthday? Lucy Jane Craig is 10 on Saturday. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Lucy. I can remember being 10.
If it's an history vlog, can you watch it before you've done it?
He's not asleep. So that's from Papa Jim from Larkhall in Scotland. Eric looks like he's suffering. He says he can't type much and he's had COVID. Poor Eric. Eric, our mascot. Hope you're feeling better soon, Eric. I'm going to do all the shout outs while we're on a roll, while I can see him. Dazza says, how's Chrissy? I'll come on to that in a moment. And happy birthday. But breakfast in hotels, well, there's a problem with that, Jane. I'd have to go in my pyjamas. Yes, you can make Blackpool as cheap or expensive as you want it to be. Dazza wants to know where T-Boy in training is. Oh, Chris, have you got COVID now? Oh, you are in wars, aren't you? You're suffering together. Suffering together. So, right, before we get on to our main item of agenda, our main agenda items, don't forget, make sure that while you're watching this that you hit that like button. We've only got 36 likes and there's 89 watching according to my clock. And if you're watching it on replay, make sure that you've subscribed. And no, you've not come to a parallel planet. This is where all those regular FYLDE coasters hang out for fun on a Tuesday afternoon, fun and a bit of a giggle. Simon says, put your hands on your head. Who's done it? Who's done it? Any news on where Bonny Street Market is going when they leave this year? No. I asked somebody at Blackpool Council the other day whether there'd been any developments on that, and she said no, there doesn't appear to be. There doesn't appear to be anywhere that they are earmarked for at the moment. So anybody that's not got one, anybody that's new, anybody that's watching this for the first time, hi. And if you want to be an official bat and join the bat map, you need one of these. You need a Brew at 2 cup, and then you can have your cup of tea in it and join the rest of us so that we all get a cup of tea in the same cup at the same time. So I'm just going to have a little slurp on my way past. T-Boy delivered it 10 minutes ago and it's going a little bit cool. So we have today, where's my drum roll? Where's my drum roll and fanfare? We have new bats. We have new bats today, people. We have new bats, and that is, round of applause. So, excuse me, could you talk quietly?
Sorry.
And that is Sue in Liverpool. Sue in Liverpool has been trying to buy some mugs, and I think the technology got the better of her until T-Boy in training stepped in, and well, the less said about that, the better. So we will put you on the map. So welcome to the family. Welcome to the mad family. If anybody else wants a mug, the link to buy them is in the description underneath the video. So there you go, Sue. You are on the map. And Sue's got 2 mugs, so I reckon Mr. Sue might have got a mug as well. Either that or she's got somebody, another friend to watch it with. So that's that. Right. Somebody had sent me an email just before we started, wanting to know when I was joining the competition. We've got a competition running on YouTube for a Blackpool goodie bag. There's a variety of different things in it, and it was a 9,000 subscriber competition. And I've extended it to Wednesday at midnight. We've gone past 9,000. We're on 9,027, I think we were last time I looked. So I was absolute 9,026, sorry. 9,026. So I was absolutely delighted about that because I couldn't have done any of it without you. Couldn't have done any of it without you. So thank you ever so much. Thank you ever so much. Tanya family memories. Are you trying to tell us something? Because you keep just putting a little YouTube logo on, and I'm not sure whether that means something and whether I'm too old to know what that means. So if you've got a message or you want something or a shout out or whatever, just tappy. And do I get a new certificate at 10,000, Kevin?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I also have the 10,000 competition organised and ready. I haven't been to B&M. This is the carrier bag that I keep in my bag. So I'm not going to show you what's in here other than to say I have the prize ready. So somebody, when we get to 10,000, has got a nice little present to come. Nice little present to come.
Cost a fortune.
Cost a fortune, it did. Cost a fortune. Cost a Blackpool. So, right, moving on. Let's do the get well soons. I know, talk about being organised, Aldo. Didn't I do well? I think I need a round of applause. So, Haram Soy says, my to-do list when I'm up is to visit the Regent vintage place, get a Higgitt's burger, eat chips overlooking the Irish Sea, watch a sunset off one of the piers, and run to Fleetwood from South Pier. Really?
Did they miss bus?
Did you miss the bus? We do have trams, you know. You can catch a tram. Why do you want to run from South Pier to Fleetwood? Oh well. And get a Blackpool fridge magnet. Yeah, well, if you enter our competition, you can get a Blackpool fridge magnet with that. There you go. So right, I need to go back to the Regent actually, because it's a proper browsy, rummagey, perfect for a day like this when it's drizzling. You can go and have a right good look round. So anyway, moving on. Chrissy. Marius says, how about charity shops? Would you like to do videos on them? Well, actually, that's a bit of a sore point. And I've had charity shops on my list for quite a while, so I've got that up here. I need to just get that one organised. So Chrissy, anyway, I was going to say about Chrissy, wasn't I? Nothing much to report this week other than no change. It was the Grand Old Duke of York, weren't it, that had 10,000 men, and they marched them up to the top of the hill and they marched them down again. And much like the Grand Old Duke of York, when she's alright, she's alright, when she's not, she's not, if that makes sense.
When she's not, she's really not.
Yeah, when she's not, she's really not. So currently we're sort of bobbing along at and dropping down to so yeah, she's, well, what would you say? Really? Yeah.
Yeah, we're not clapping.
No, we're not clapping.
Where is it?
But she likes the sky glass. She likes the sky glass. We're not entirely thrilled at all. And like I said, if anybody gets any buffering or any pixelation or anything like that, let me know. Let me know. And we've also got some, not only have we got Eric and Christine both with COVID, and probably half of the rest of everybody, but we've also got poor John having problems. Well, I'm hoping that that's your full run of bad luck now, John, because not only last week did he stand on an horsefly, What did you do? What did you do next? He did something
Chair.
to his elbow. Yeah, yeah. You fell in the garden. Fell in the garden and hurt you. Brought your elbow. What's it called? Head of your elbow. So he's in agony arm wise, and then he went to his brother-in-law's, and the chair went on him, and he ended up falling with a bad arm onto the tiled floor. So I can only say sincere commiserations, John, to you from all of us, because that must have just been so painful. I can't imagine. I mean, the pain you must have been in with your elbow. They told him if you're in the Brew at 2 chat group, you'll have had the update, because he told us that at the hospital they'd not potted it or anything. They've told him that if he can't get movement back in it, he's got to have it operated on. So he's got to work through the pain. So imagine how painful that is, and then for a chair to go underneath you and end up on a tiled floor. I am so sorry, John. You must be feeling black and blue. You must be feeling black and blue. Well, from all your batty friends, we send you a very big and a very gentle hug, and hope you start to feel better soon. I'm sure in a couple of days you'll be starting to feel less battered and banged and bruised. Battered. I don't get that. What?
Bat.
Oh, battered. Yeah, battered. Oh, less battered. Anyway, last week, I don't think you can see it there. I've got my little box on the shelf. No, you can't, can you? It needed to be kind of there. I've got my little box on the shelf with my collection of sour sweets in it. And last week I said that we were going to do votes in the Brew at 2 Facebook group as to what we did with the sour sweets. Because Keith Swallow, otherwise known as Kevin's other dad, obviously wasn't feeling too generous towards his son, because he came up with the inspired idea. The inspired idea, I have to say, Keith, of making Kevin do T-boy in training sour sweets. And they're asking whether you're going to come and say hello. So I think you better get yourself up. Yes.
Okay, I need to put my other glasses on. I can't see with them.
Oh, Keith's live chat's only just started moving, so he's just catching up.
Hello.
No, you're supposed to put that on your head.
Oh, sorry. Hello, everybody. Hey, how you doing? Yes, I just can't see the what's the fun in watching me eat a sour sweet and suffering. What's funny about that, eh? You got it wrong, haven't you? Thanks,
No,
Dad.
we could tell him, couldn't
Thanks,
we?
Dad.
We could tell him. So make sure we've already got. Let me just have a look. We've already got.
Is this them? Is this them?
What? Yeah, we've got 131 members in the Brew at 2 chat group to date.
When's Grey been due?
It's been, hasn't it? Oh no, it was red this week, wasn't it? So join the Brew at 2 chat group, because, well, let's put it this way, it's like Brew at 2 but in written form, because we've got T-boy in training.
I've got an
ally,
haven't you?
I've got an ally, Mark Dodsworth. Pay you later. What did you call him? Doddy.
Ken Doddy.
Yeah, he's rechristened you Mark Doddy. Mark Doddy, as in Ken Dodd. Oh, give over. I'm a Haram Soy says, I'm a Kevin. It's Irish. It means born handsome. He doesn't need any encouragement. He doesn't need any egging on.
There's always an exception to the rule.
Oh, Scott. Yes, I'll come on to that later, Scott. Railway lines. I will tell you what I know. I've written it down. Yeah, so if you join the Brew at 2 chat group, that's where we are posting generally silly things, chatting to one another, asking questions like, who would you like to do the Sour Sweet Challenge this week and how bad would you like it to be? And the answer to that is 27% of you want me to do a mild version, but none of you want me to do the sour one. Pay you later. And 61% of people, Kevin,
Yes.
want you to do a really sour one.
I wonder why.
So we'll do that later. We'll come on to that. We'll come on to that. Mark says Ken Dodd is okay by me. Anything to avoid tax. Yes, there's two things in this life, certain Mark: death and taxes. Death and taxes. So, yes, Scott asked about the railway. I wrote it down before I forget because we all know I'm a bit mentally challenged. Railway. Yeah. I think I told you that Paul Maynard, our local MP, had done a bit of a talk. We'd had a presentation at one of our Russell Beach groups, and he'd turned up to it and added a bit on the end. He did a little extra about what's happening in government with the proposals for railway lines and one thing and another. So I think I might have mentioned that a few weeks ago. Well, after that, there's been another announcement come through, but now I do at least understand what's going on. So the gist of it is we used to have a railway line that went straight through to Fleetwood, and it ended at the dock, and then the freight and all the cargo and everything tipped off the trains into the boats and went wherever it needs to go. Simply put. And then Mr. Beeching came along and went chop, 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 and the railway line was no more and has been no more ever since. But Poulton and Wyatt Railway Society want to reopen the line, and they want a heavy freight line that can be doing again what it did before and carrying freight and reopening the dock, which is laudable in principle, but there's no dock infrastructure, there's nothing left, so all that would have to be set up as well, and the cost of it would have been astronomical. So the proposal to reopen it has actually moved on to the next stage, so that and it, from the way that Paul was talking, it sounds like at some point in the future, when funding becomes available, this project is very likely to happen. So it's a lot more certain than it used to be. And what they're talking about doing is building a loop, ultimately, so that they're joining the main railway line sort of from Kirkham to Poulton to Fleetwood, then come down onto the seafront via Cleveland's, Blackpool, St Anne's, Lytham, back round the villages of kind of Kirkham and whatnot, back round to join up to Preston. So you would end up with another passenger. If I cut my hands off, I wouldn't be able to talk, would I? You'd end up with another passenger hub.
Should we try that?
At, I think it was Kirkham, where you would catch a tram or a train, and you could do sort of both, and presumably buses as well. And then you'd have another one at Blackpool station and one at Poulton station, so you could interchange between different forms of transport. So that's kind of the long-term goal, and it's moved another step closer. So it's like all things, it'll be very slow to get to fruition, but I'm sure at some point something will happen. We'll keep you posted.
You might see something in your old age.
Yeah, I might see something when I'm an old woman. So somebody's asking about Fish and Chip Friday and whether I'm doing a Fish and Chip Friday. Not this week. I'm not going out this week video ho-hoing because number one, it's doing nothing but rain. Number two, I made that many videos last week that I've got a few sort of in hand, so I've got plenty for you to watch. But I won't be out, so I won't be fish and chipping. And Christine says I may need salad after last week. Well, that's another story. We'll come on to that shortly. Aldo says I'm looking very brown. It's roast. It's roast. Well, it's actually I think it's the wind that does a lot of it, because it. Yeah, exactly. It's the wind. Oh, not that kind of wind. I meant that kind of wind. Because the wind seems to make you colour up.
About, your spots and make you.
When I first met,
I thought it was a better lady.
when I first met Kevin, when we were,
I thought she was very posh. I thought I'd done a very good job. Little lady. Chocolates.
Kevin, compared to who I was posh.
Yes, that's true. That's very true. But I did drag you down, to be fair.
So we were.
Tell a story about chocolates.
Yeah, I'll tell you the story about giving you spots. And we were at Kevin's house, and he
Toilet talk started early.
Toilet talk starts early. And he said to me, would you like a chocolate? And I said, oh no, thank you. They give you spots to make you fat.
And I thought she said, they give you spots and make you fart. I thought, oh, I didn't expect that.
It's only been 2 minutes at this point. There's no way I would have said that. No way.
I was done.
And
I was
do you
done
know-
for. I was
Do you know how many
killing
years?
myself.
200 years later, he still quotes that back to me.
I still remember.
Still quotes that back to me, don't
I
you?
remember.
Yeah. So if we're talking about chocolate, he usually says, "Did they give you spots and make you fart?" I don't know.
Little did I know.
Right. So anyway, love your video from Papa's. Will I be doing a video from Pete's Cafe at Happy Days Arcade? Well, yeah, that's not a bad idea actually. And Aldo, you're my new friend. You're my new friend. He says I'm a lady. I think you might be wrong there, Aldo. Right, let me just write that down. Happy Days chips. Because a bit later in the show I've got a treat for you. I've got a fish and chip ometer, which I promised you, didn't I, last week? I promised you one last week. Yes, I did. So we've got a new fish and chip ometer, and I was sort of thinking of making some chip-shaped chips to stick on, and I didn't quite get myself organised enough, but I've got some little colour-coded cards, so we're going to stick them on the chipometer. Right, I think at that point it's time for a joke. Would you like toilets first?
Why not? We're on it.
Would you like Would you like toilets first or normal jokes first? First to answer gets to pick. The suspense is killing me. This is where we find out how quick the bog. Matt says bog. Right, are you ready? Are you sitting comfortably? Then I shall begin. A man walks into a jewellery shop looking to... I can feel myself starting to laugh, and that's before I've read it out. A man walks into a jewellery shop looking to buy a watch. A particularly large and ornate gold one catches his eye. As he bends down to get a closer look, he accidentally breaks wind. A shop assistant goes up to him and asks if she can be of any help. "Yes," replies the man. "As a matter of fact, I'm interested in this watch. How much is it? With respect, sir, she said, if you farted just looking at it, you'll shit yourself when you hear the price. It does actually put exclamation marks in, but it doesn't have quite the same delivery, does it? Doesn't have quite the same delivery. Do you want another one? Do you want another one? Yes, we found the level, Aldo. Are you still sure that I'm the lady? Oh, Chippy that does deep fried Mars bars. I had one in Whitby and loved it. Well, actually, I'd quite like to try a deep fried Mars bar, but only a tiny bit. I don't want all of it. I don't want all of it. Are you ready? Joke number 2. 2 school-age brothers are sitting on the sofa watching TV. The youngest one suddenly catches an awful smell in his nostrils and grimaces. Yuck! Have you farted? He asks his brother. Me? No, says the older one. No, I've not. You must have. That stinks. I bet you a £5 you have. You're on, says the older one, smugly, and pulls down his pants and shows him the contents. There, I told you it wasn't a fart. Cough up, please. She's off. Oh dear, it's not like a good laugh, is there? There's nothing like a good laugh. Right, Kevin.
Oh.
Come here. I need audience participation for this one. Are you ready? Are you ready? This is where we test Kevin's sharpness of mind.
I'm on a diet. Eating staples. Sorry.
They're funnier in the joke book, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah. What did one fly say to the other fly?
Buzz off.
No, it's a toilet joke book, Kevin. Try harder.
Oh.
What did one fly say to the other fly?
I don't know.
Is this still taken?
What do you need me for that for?
Because you're supposed to guess. What's big and brown and behind the wall?
I don't know.
Humpty's dump.
I've got none out of 2 so far. Not doing very well.
Now, remember, we're in a toilet joke book. What's the definition of a surprise?
I think I've heard this one. And is it when you go to do a poop? A fart and it comes out as a poo.
A lumpy fart.
A lumpy fart. And you heard something like that. She's gone. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, I'll be back in life. Come back tomorrow. Oh dear.
We found the level.
In the aid of progressing this video further, I'm going to confiscate this. Maybe you want to move on.
Oh dear, I've made home, Mr. McCurt. Let's face it, I've got enough of it.
You're better at this than me, but you'll like this one. It's more for you, this. What does toilets and anniversaries have in common? Men always miss them. Except you always miss them. Farting in a lift is so wrong on so many levels. You're right, dear.
Now look what you've done to me. Oh, my stomach's really hurting.
Well, I'll read it again then.
You're supposed to tick them off when you've read them out.
What? Oh, sorry.
Oh, dear me. I don't know. You can't get the staff, can you?
I didn't know.
You can't get the
I didn't
staff.
You were otherwise
Oh,
incapacitated
dear me.
today to do something.
And here, ladies and gentlemen, is why I don't wear mascara. Oh, dear me. I'll have a drink. So,
You really hit rock bottom.
moving on. Talking about rocks, we've hit rock bottom. I had an email from Calderdale, who knows a lot about rocks, it turns out, on my goodie bag where I asked questions about things to do with rock. Calderdale says my favourite flavour of Blackpool rock is Carboniferous deltaic sandstone that lies deep beneath your feet and helps stop those naughty, unconsolidated quaternary sediments dumping the FYLDE into the sea. The micrite bonding agent has a certain piquancy, though the quartz does get caught in your teeth. I'll get my coat. I thought it was quite good, that, actually. I thought it was quite funny. So there you go. That's what we get up to on YouTube. Hey dear me, hey dear me. Right, anyway, being slightly more sensible at that point, I think we'll go on to the fish and chipometer, shall we? I've got tissue under my left eye. Oh, so I have. Yeah. That's probably because my tissue's been used week after week after week, and I could probably, has it gone? I've moved it. I could probably do with a new one. Hey, dear me today. So, are you ready? Drum roll and fanfare. Da, 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 da. Here we have the fish and chipometer. So, this is exclusive to Brew at 2. So this is our secret. So I'm going to, because I've racked my brains wondering how we can fairly review fish and chips, because I really worry about panning businesses and I'm ending up with no customers, because you know, at the end of the day, taste is subjective. What I like, you might not. What you like, I might not. But we need a fair idea, don't we? We need a fair idea. So I thought if we had a fish and chipometer and others, because then if I divert off fish and chips, I can include them as well. Even me, we can include them as well. And then we can have a score chart between us. So I have fish and chips to date. I have done. Hold on. Where are we? I've written them out ready. I've dropped one, as you might say. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4. I've done 6 so far. So what I've done, I've got yes, fabulous, really enjoyed that, definitely going to go back, on bright yellow. Well, I call it bright yellow. It was supposed to be chip coloured. It was supposed to be chip coloured. And nice, wouldn't break my neck to go back again, but absolutely nothing wrong with it on that colour. And I am sorry, but I draw the line. I am going to no hovels. So there's nothing on here that you can't stomach. And yes, Liz has said, can I include some healthy options? And I've got to say, it's a pain in the neck. I mean, we know that everything that's bad for us tastes nice, but it's a pain in the neck that everywhere you go, you get a massive portion.
I'll do healthy ones.
You get a massive portion. And every cafe you go in, everything's full of fat and fried, and I mean, if you wanted to eat really, really well, you would really struggle. And somebody else had said as well that somebody else had said that I ought to be careful with all the fried food and the fat. And actually, what you'll see me eat is about all that I have. So at home, we live on sort of stir fries and salad and things that are good for you. So we don't eat rubbish, do we, Derek?
No, that's why we've grown two big teeth at the front.
Exactly. It's for rabbits. Yes. So right, we have. I think my favourite so far would have to be Yorkshire Fisheries on Topping Street. That one. I wrote it out. And you know that thing where they say plan ahead? I got my writing too far to the right, so I turned it over and did it again. So my favourite would be Yorkshire Fisheries at Topping Street, and I'm going to put that centre top right there because that's my number one star at the moment. Definitely my first one. I've not been to Cage yet officially. And then the next three that I've got were all just as nice. Lord Keith says go to Chatty's at Fleetwood. Yeah, but that's not really where a holiday maker would go, is it? It's not really a holiday one. So I've got the Sea at Church Street. I've got the Ferry Cafe at Fleetwood, which was very nice. Very hot, very fresh, very nice fish. And I've got loaded fries at the Viva Diner, which I have to say was delicious and just a huge portion. So that's my kind of rating for those at the moment. And then underneath that, I'm going to shock you now because I am going to put one that might not be a surprise and one that I think will be a surprise. I'm going to put Coral Island. Coral Island was nice. Nothing to write home about. Just nice. So I wanted to break my neck to go back. If I wanted a meal and I wanted to go somewhere really nice, I'd go to Yorkshire Fisheries. If I was stood next to Coral Island dying of hunger, I'd go in Coral Island. And then the one that's really going to shock you, Papa's. I wasn't overly thrilled with that at all. And I think you people that know me and know my face, that I haven't got a poker face, and I'm not very good at covering up what I think. When I went, yes, that's very nice. It was very nice. It was also very expensive, and I had indigestion all day afterwards, which is a good marker. It's a good marker for fish and chips, that. So I put Papa's on a beige one. Papa's was beige for me. So that's my votes for the show so far. So we'll see what comes next, and we'll put that on there. We'll put that in our family of thingies. Right, now then, I think it's time for some birthdays, and we'll save the best till last. We'll save the best till last today. What did I do with the blue tack? I don't want to end up sticking it to me. Quite a few people have mentioned Palmer Cafe. I might have to give that one a bash. It's as you come round the one-way system at the side of Coral Island, it's straight in front of you there, isn't it? On is that Lytham Road, that one? Can never remember what they're called. Sort of opposite McDonald's. So I know which one you mean. It don't look right sparkling from outside, but a lot of people have said that they're really, really nice. So we'll go and have a bash at that. So birthdays. Oh, Scott went to Papa's and was ill the next day, so I would give it 0 out of 5 stars. Ouch. Will I be testing the £1 burger? They are so nice. Well, I'm not a big burger fan. I suppose, and I know that there's a gift waiting for me at Leroy's. So at Leroy's, why did I say that? At yeah, Chris's. So I will be going probably next week. So I might ask him if I can just try that much of a one. There is a Harry Ramsden's Aldo. It's in the bottom of the tower building. Right, birthdays. Drum roll and fanfare. We've got birthdays to share. So today we have birthdays. Yesterday is the 28th. We have Dawn from Newton Le Willows. And I think I've got an email that came with Dawn somewhere. No, not that one. I have we've got Dawn from Newton Le Willows. So happy birthday, Dawn. We've got loads of birthdays this week. It's Jamie's birthday from Jamie's Adventure Vlogs. And Jamie is one of our Blackpool team of vlogging pals that are in this sort of WhatsApp group that Crispy looks after. So happy birthday, Jamie. Happy birthday. It's not a very good day for you, is it? It's Alan Winter's birthday on the 29th, which is tomorrow. I need to look at my diary, don't I, so that I know which day is what. Which is tomorrow. And on the 2nd, it is Ben's birthday, and that is happy birthday from Carol Jenkinson. On the 2nd, it is also Emily Goddard's birthday, so happy birthday from your mum, Lorraine. Next Tuesday, it's my birthday. 5th of July. So the jury's out whether or not there will be a brew at 2 next week because I might not. So yeah, exactly. And then on the 6th, so I'm giving you the 28th to the 12th, you see. On the 6th, it's Ruth Alderton's birthday from Church Gresley in Derbyshire. And her hubby, Stephen, has sent an email and he says, Ruth and I very much enjoy watching your vlogs. Unfortunately, we don't get the opportunity to watch Brew at 2 live on Tuesday, so we watch it on replay. Could I ask you to give a big shout out, please, to Ruthie on the Tuesday before her birthday? It's the 6th of July and she'll be over the moon with a mention on Brew at 2. So there you go. So yeah, that's the kind of track I was on, having a day off for my birthday. And even if I don't go anywhere or do anything, just even to go for a walk on the beach would be lovely to instead of working. Because much as it's great fun, it takes quite a bit of preparation, it takes quite a bit of time, and it's very tiring. I turn it off and I go to sleep. I mean, when you get to my age, it's all very exhausting. So, another drum roll. T-boy in training.
Again.
These are the mild ones.
No, it's not starting this week, is it?
It's starting this week, Kevin.
Oh.
Come and take the chair. Come and take the chair, dear.
On to wee wee.
Well, you have to wait. Come on.
We're not here.
On to wee wee.
Come along.
Oh. No, they're all saying that they don't want it this week. Look, read those comments. Look,
Yeah.
there's all comments saying they don't want it this week.
Yeah.
Still got some bug roll.
Over. I'm still shedding bog roll, am I?
Oh, I'm really looking forward to things people do for entertainment.
So these are the really sour ones,
Are they? No, don't take top off.
which I put in a plastic box so that they didn't go sticky and all just go bleh into a pile of sugar.
That'll be me in a minute.
So I think these may all be similarly sour.
I'm just trying to think where I went
Christine
wrong.
says, are you sitting comfortably,
I'm
Kevin?
very comfy.
So we've got cola. You need to be commenting which one you want him to try. We've got cola. Let me see if I can tip him up and then you can see him properly.
What about Smarties?
Can't see
Smarties
him
are quite
properly, can
sour, aren't they?
We've got lemon, cola, watermelon. Watermelon is the green and pink one, and bubble gum. So which one would you like him to? Which one would you like him to have? It's making my mouth go.
Your mouth.
Oh, I know what they taste like.
Oh, I don't feel sorry for you. What you must be going through.
What flavour would you like, people? Would you like to start on a good one? Would you like to start on lemon?
I'm not bothered.
I've not got apple.
I'm not bothered.
I've not got apple
I'm not bothered.
scott.
I'm not bothered.
Them brown ones. Right, we'll have a brown one, shall we? We'll have a brown one, shall we? This is cola.
Thank you.
Where you go? You cheat! Did you see that?
Oh!
I thought you weren't reacting. No, you can't do that.
It's awful.
Oh, that's why you're doing it.
Oh, that's not entertaining.
It is.
Oh.
It is when you sat here.
Oh.
First 60 seconds at worst.
Oh.
Look at his face.
I've really got to sit in front of him.
Yeah.
Oh. That's like acid.
It is acid.
Can
No,
I
you
stop?
can't spit it out. You've got to suck it until you get all nasty taste off top.
I'm crying. Oh, that's awful. What's that one?
That's cola.
Oh, God. Oh. Honestly, my nose is running. You don't want that on live
Do you
video.
want to borrow my muggy tissue? It's not bogies, it's
I've used my own.
green pen.
Oh, I think, yeah, it's gone. Yes.
No, it's not. It's still in your mouth. I'd like
First bit is worse, didn't it?
I'd like you to vote in order of who suffered most,
Oh, I feel sorry for you.
because I think with that performance that you put up, I think I've been a lot braver than you.
You've not had that one.
No, I've not, but I've
Exactly.
I've had the one with chili on, and I
Oh
said,
dear. You.
I think
It's
I
awful.
think I need to go back to the sweet shop and get some of those sweets that Jane Kelt sent with the chili on and make him do that.
Actually, it's gone sweet now. I've got to the centre.
They're not bad when you get into the middle.
It's just getting to the centre that's trouble, isn't it? Oh.
So did you enjoy that, people?
Oh.
I've got to say I enjoyed it considerably more today than when I was at in chair.
You're rotten.
I'd like to apologise to my dad for being such a bad kid that he would vote me. Suggest that I did this in the first place. I'm sorry. I don't know what I did that was so bad, but I must have been bad.
Right, you can go now. Until next week.
Oh, I can't.
Hey, we're going for a lie down.
Oh.
Get on.
Sympathy, that's called. Get on.
Well, I think we've proved one thing there, people, that men have got a far lower tolerance for pain
Hang
than
on
women.
a minute. You have one.
That was a much better sour sweet challenge. That was a much better sour sweet challenge. Thank you ever so much, everybody, for backing me up on this occasion and picking Kevin to do it. There will be another day. There will be another day. I look at all of them actually, and you know when you sort of suck a lemon in your mouth goes all. Ugh. I look at him and I think. But it's good fun. It's good fun, isn't it? So that's why we do it. That's why we do it. I'm looking for my point. I ought to know this off heart by now, didn't I? I think he's gone to... Don't clean your teeth! I think he's gone to spit it out and rinse his mouth. Just a minute. Let me shout him. Let me shout him. Kevin! Don't clean your teeth! No! Anybody that does the sour sweet thing, you must not clean your teeth straight away because the acid softens the enamel on your teeth and you'd end up walking around with stumps, wouldn't you? So I really didn't want him to wander off because he doesn't know when to stop when he starts cleaning his teeth. He's there for like 2.5 hours scrubbing. I think he's gone to spit it out. Just did a toilet flush. Right, I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've enjoyed this week's show. It's been, well, shall we say, what's in the new Harem Soy says, what's in the new Spyglass building? What Spyglass building? Spyglass? Spyglass? Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this week's show. It's been right down at bargain basement level today, which is where we like it. It's where we like to be on a Tuesday afternoon. We like to be down in the gutter, having a good old belly laugh. And without any further ado, we shall declare this week's proceedings drawn to a close, and we shall end as is customary with our usual swan song. So, smiling is infectious. You'll catch it like the flu. When someone smiled at me today, I started smiling too. I passed around the corner and someone saw my grin. When he smiled, I realised I passed it on to him. I thought about that smile, then realised its worth. A single smile, just like mine, could travel round the earth. So if you feel a smile begin, don't leave it undetected. Let's start an epidemic quick and get the world infected. Oh, that's nice. It looks like Kevin's surrendering. See you in a fortnight, everybody. No show next week. It's my birthday. See you later. Bye for now.